so this is our bag, okay, and these are the handles, okay, that were attached inside of the bag. Okay, this is a nice and beautiful tote bag, and if you want you can line the inside with lining and then put a zipper or a button here. Okay, hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial. This is Mirima's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful tote bag here. So this bag here is made from the shell stitch, this one, and then at the bottom this one is single crochet. So this is a very simple bag to crochet. Even if you're a crochet beginner, I'm going to show you how to crochet it step by step. Okay, so I also made a smaller version of this bag, and the tutorial on how to crochet the crossbody bag is in the description below. So this is the smaller version. So let's see what we're going to need for us to crochet this tote bag. So for this bag, you're going to need stitch markers. I used about 4 of them. You're also going to need a scissors, a crochet hook. This one here is a 4mm crochet hook, and it corresponds to the size and thickness of yarn that I'm going to be using. For this tutorial, I used a 3mm cord. This is polyester cord. You can use any other type of yarn that you have. Just make sure that you're using a corresponding crochet hook. You're also going to need a tapestry needle. So let's begin. So we're going to begin with a chain of 43. So if you want a smaller bag, you just reduce the number of chains, and a bigger bag, you just increase the number of chains. So I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hand to make the slip knot. Then I'm going to chain 43. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we now have 43 chains. So to begin the first round, we're going to skip the first chain from the hook, this one, and we're going to insert into the next one, the second one. We're going to crochet single crochet in US terms, and it is double crochet in UK terms. So you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops on the hook. So this is the first stitch of our first round. So I'm going to mark it, and then we're going to continue putting 1 single crochet in each chain. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook, insert into the next, pick up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops, insert, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through. Okay, like this. So I'm going to continue up until we're in the last chain here. So here we're now left with the last chain, okay, this one. So in this last chain we're going to put 5 single crochets. Okay, so that's 1. Again in the same chain, 2, again 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so you can see that we were crocheting on this side, and now we have turned, and now we are starting to crochet the back of the chains. Okay, so here we're going to be inserting our hook at the back of each chain, and then we put 1 single crochet. So I'm also going to hide this tail as we crochet. Just place it along at the top of the chains. Okay, so here I'm going to insert my hook at the back of each chain. So you insert your hook here. Okay, so I insert and work 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and the next 1 single crochet. Okay, like this. So I'm going to continue up until we're almost at the end of the round. Remember, this is the starting point of the round. So here we're now left with the last chain. Okay, so this is the back of the first chain in which we put the first stitch. Okay, so here, remember, at this other end we put 5 single crochets. So here in this one we're going to put 4 plus this first one to make them 5. So you're going to crochet 4 single crochets. Okay, so that's 1, again in the same chain, 2, 3, and then the last one, 4. Okay, so here we finished the first round. Moving on to the next round, we're just going to crochet 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so this is the first stitch. So find that we have 2 loops at the top of the single crochet. So we have the front and the back. So I'm going to set my hook below those top 2 loops like this, and then work 1 single crochet. So remember to mark the starting point of each round, the starting stitch, the first stitch of each round. We move to the next stitch, set below those top 2 loops and work 1 single crochet. Into the next, 1 single crochet. Here again, like this. Okay, so I'm going to continue putting 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, let's meet towards the curve here. So here at this curve, we're still going to continue with 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, like this. So we're going to continue up until we're back here at the starting point. So here we've completed the second round. So we're going to crochet 3 more rounds to make them 5, just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch. So we're going to repeat the second round, the one that we just did. Here, this is the starting stitch. You just insert your hook below those top 2 loops and work 1 single crochet. Remember to mark the first stitch of each round. So let's repeat the second round up until we have 5 rounds and then come back. So here we now have 5 rounds of single crochet, and at this point you want to make sure that you count the total number of your stitches and make sure that it is a multiple of 6. So right now I have 90 stitches and 90 is a multiple of 6. So next we move on to the next round, and we're going to change the stitch from the single crochet to shell stitch. So here at the end of the round, I just did 1 single crochet in the last stitch. So remember, this one is marking the first stitch of the round, so I'm going to remove the stitch marker here. And then I'm going to join the first and the last stitch with a slip stitch. So I insert into the first stitch and over, pull through, and then pull through again the loop on the hook. So this is the slip stitch that we just did, and you need to take note that this slip stitch does not count as a stitch. So next, to begin the 6th round, I'm going to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, and then 3. So this chain 3 here is going to act as my first double crochet. So this is double crochet in US terms and treble crochet in UK terms. And I'm also going to mark the 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3, like this. Next, I'm going to put 2 more double crochets in the first stitch, this one, okay, here. So I yarn over, insert, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, we're left with 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, so that's my second double crochet. So let's put another one, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops like this. So we now have 3 double crochets. Next we're going to skip 2 stitches, so that's 1, 2, and then in the third one here we're going to put 1 single crochet, yarn over, pull through like this. Okay, next we skip 2 stitches again, 1, 2, and then in this one we're going to put 5 double crochets. Okay, so 1, 2, and then in here we put 5 double crochets, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops, another double crochet. So we now have 1 in the same stitch, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, 2, insert, pick up a loop, 3 loops, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So we now have 3 double crochets, the 4th one, 4, and then the 5th one, 5. Next you skip 2 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, and then in this one you work 1 single crochet like this. Okay, next you skip 2 stitches again, 1, 2. Okay, we just worked in this one, so that's 1, 2, and then in this one we put 5 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 like this. Okay, so this is our pattern. So next again you repeat the sequence. You skip 2 stitches and then put 1 single crochet, skip 2 stitches, put 5 double crochets. Okay, so it should come out like this. So I'm going to repeat that right round up until we're towards the end of the 6th round. So here we're now at the end of the 6th round. So I just did 1 single crochet here. After doing 5 double crochets, we skipped 2 stitches and then we put 1 single crochet. So at the end here you should be left with 2 stitches. Remember this one here, the slip stitch, we said it does not count as a stitch, so the real stitches are these ones. Okay, so we're left with 1 and then 2. So this is the slip stitch, and then we have the chain 3 at the beginning here. Like this. Okay, so we're going to skip the stitches 1, 2, and then since we began with 3 double crochets in the first stitch, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to add 2 more stitches, 2 more double crochets in the first stitch here, so that the set of double crochets at the beginning here is the same as the others. Okay, they become 5. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch, okay, where we have 3 other double crochets, and then we crochet 2 double crochets. Okay, so that's 1. Let's put another one in the same stitch. Okay, and then 2. So here like this. To complete the round, we're going to come into this chain 3 that we marked earlier on, this one, and then we're going to insert our hook into that chain 3 at the top of the chain 3. Okay, here and then we're going to insert, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch like that. Okay, so next, moving on to the next round. So here, if you turn your stitches, you find that we have the stitches at the top, and then this chain 3 that we just did a slip stitch into, you find that we have this big space that just opened up there. So we're going to work our single crochet, our first stitch for the next round in that space. So first you chain 1 like this, and then you insert again in that space. Okay, you don't have to worry about how big it is, it will not show. So you insert again, and then you work a single crochet. Okay, and over, and then pull through. So I'm going to put a stitch marker at the top of the single crochet. So this is the first stitch of this round. Okay, next you're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then in this one, so you find that this stitch now that we're going to be working into is the single crochet from this round that we just did. Okay, and it is at a depression. Okay, so we are here, we just skipped 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then we're at this depression here. So we're going to put 5 double crochets so that we create another shell. Okay, so I'm going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then in this one we put 5 double crochets. So that's 1 in the same stitch, 2 in the same stitch, 3, 4. Let's put the last one in the same stitch, 5, like this. Okay, so next again you skip 2 stitches. Make sure that you count your stitches nicely, because these double crochets, they tend to overlap on top of these unworked stitches here. So you can push them like this so that you can see. So you count again, 1, 2. So you find that the third stitch is at the peak of the previous 5 double crochets here at the top. Okay, so insert there, and then we work 1 single crochet like that. Okay, and then we count 2 stitches again, 1, 2. You find that we're now at the depression, and then we put 5 double crochets. 1, again in the same stitch, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, like this. So going to repeat the sequence. Next, to skip 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet, skip 2 stitches, put 5 double crochets, right round up until we're towards the end of the round. So here I'm almost at the end of the 7th round. So at the end here, you should again be left with 2 stitches. Okay, so we just did 5 double crochets in this one, and then if we count, you find that we have 1, 2, and remember this one is the slip stitch that we used to join the first and the last double crochets in the previous round. So you find that we have the slip stitch, and then we have this 1 vertical stitch here, which is the chain 1 that we did just before we did the single crochet. So for this round, because we began with single crochet, we just finished with slip stitch. Okay, unlike the previous round. The previous round we began with 3 double crochets, and we finished with 2 double crochets that we joined to the other 3 double crochets to make them 5. So this one we began with single crochet. So what I'm just going to do here is I'm going to skip the remaining stitches, 2 stitches, and then I'm going to come and then insert my hook into this marked stitch, which is the first single crochet that we did, and then again I join with a slip stitch like this. Okay, so you're going to be alternating, beginning your round with chain 3 and single crochet. So the previous round that we just finished, we started with a single crochet. So that means this 8th round that we're about to begin, we're going to begin with a chain 3. Okay, so I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and then 3. So you find that it's much easier to mark the 3rd chain here, especially at the end of the round. You know where to insert your hook and then join the first and the last stitch. So here, next we're going to add 2 more double crochets in the first stitch. So this is going to be a repeat of the 6th round. Okay, so that's 2, then again 3, like this, and then we continue, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then here we put a single crochet. Okay, again you skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then at the depression you put 5 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we repeat the sequence, skip 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet, skip 2 stitches, put 5 double crochets. Okay, so going to repeat that right round, and let's meet towards the end of the 8th round. So here we are almost at the end of the 8th round. So I just did 5 double crochets here, so I skipped 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then we put 1 single crochet in this one. So here we're now at the end, and you should be left with 2 stitches, 1, 2. Remember, this one here is the slip stitch and it does not count as a stitch. So since we began with 3 double crochets, we're going to add 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. Like this, and then to finish the round I'm going to come and insert my hook into the marked stitch, and then we join with a slip stitch like this. And then to begin the next round, which is the 9th round, you chain 1 and then put 1 single crochet in the same space. So you can see that in the previous round we began with chain 3, and then in this round, the current round, we begin with a single crochet. So don't forget to mark the first stitch of each round. So going to repeat the 7th round and the 8th round, and you're going to add more rounds and then come back. So this is our bag so far, and I've done 22 rounds of the shell stitch. So 22 plus the 5 rounds of single crochet, we have 27 rounds here. So if you were to measure the height of our bag, it's 31 centimeters, and then the width 32.5 centimeters. So if you want to keep on increasing the height, you can just add more rounds at the top here, but here we're going to stop here and then we're going to cut and fasten off. So leave a tail here. So I just did a slip stitch here at the end, so I'm going to use a tapestry needle to fasten this one off. Okay, so I've fastened off all the ends. Next we're going to crochet the handle. So for the handle, we're going to crochet the Romanian cord. So leave about 20 centimeters here at the beginning and then make a slip knot. And then next, chain 2. That's 1, then 2. So skip the first chain from the hook and insert into the second chain. And then pick up a loop like this, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops like this. So you find that here we have this small back loop, okay, this one. So I'm going to turn, and then we're going to insert our hook into that small back loop, yarn over, pull through that loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops on the hook. So right now we now have 2 loops at the back here. So again I turn and then I insert my hook into those two back loops and over, pull through those loops, 2 loops on the hook and over, pull through. Okay, next I turn again, insert into those small back loops, okay, and over, pull through, and over, pull through the last 2 loops, turn again, insert and over, pull through the back loops, 2 loops on the hook and over, and then pull through. Okay, so this is our cord so far. So I'm going to continue up until I have about 60 or 70 centimeters of my bag handle. So here I now have my handle, and this one is 85 centimeters long. So if you want a longer handle, you just keep on crocheting here, and if you want a shorter one, you just make it short. So here at the end I'm going to leave again a tail just the same size as the one that we left at the beginning, and then I'm going to cut, and then here at the end pull through the tail like this. So you're going to do another handle exactly like this, of the same length, and then come back to join to the back. So here we now have these 2 handles, so let's join them to the back. So here you want to lay your bag flat, okay, make sure that it is flat. So we're going to measure 6 centimeters from the edge going inwards as well as on this side, and then we're going to mark. So my handle, I'm going to attach it along this. Okay, let's mark here. Okay, like this one. So I repeat again on this other side. Okay, so for this side we're going to attach our handle here. Okay, so repeat it on the side again. So these points that we've marked, that's where we're going to put our 2 handles. So I'm going to use a tapestry needle. So here I'm going to turn my bag inside out. Okay, so here I'm going to come, we said we're going to leave about 8 centimeters. Okay, roughly like this. So here you come, and then we're going to start joining. Okay, remember this is the inside of the bag, okay, the wrong side of the bag. So make sure that your handle is straight, this tail here that we're going to be joining. Okay, so make sure that you are not, your needle is not you're not inserting your needle in such a way that it comes out through the other side. Okay, Okay, so this part is now in place. Okay, so we cut. Okay, and then again come on the other side. Okay, just like how we joined here, you're going to do that and join this other side. You're going to come again on this other side and join the other handle. Okay, so make sure that you do it nicely and neatly. Okay, let's do that and then come back. Also, before you join the other end of the handle, make sure that your handle is not twisted here. Okay, and then you join. So here we've joined our handles. So next we're going to remove the stitch markers and then turn our bag again. Welcome back. So this is our bag. Okay, and these are the handles, okay, that were attached inside of the bag. Okay. Okay, this is a nice and beautiful tote bag, and if you want you can line the inside with lining and then put a zipper or a button here. Okay, thank you for watching Miriam's Crafts. Please do subscribe, like and comment for more videos. Thank you.